when I started this journey, I started waking up in the middle of the night. I get up 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And something told me, I'm not sure, I don't think I heard this from anywhere, but something told me to write down the time and to look up the meaning of the time. Okay. So, for example, if I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I will look up on Google 3:30 spiritual meaning, or excuse me, not spiritual, biblical meaning. And I will look up the Strong's Concordance for the Greek and the Hebrew. I will screenshot those two things. I will also look up a Bible verse. Okay. So I've done that since God had consistently been waking me up in the middle of February. I think it was the middle of February. It's like he woke me up like in late January, and then like mid-February, I really believe he was waking me up every night. And I do believe that was because of obedience. I want to talk about that a little bit today as well. But in that, um, I just started recording it. I even put an album in my phone of like all the numbers and the words and everything that comes up. In this last week, family, there's been things that have come back around, so to speak. Dreams that I've had very vivid dreams in this time. I've had a lot that, I've tried to recall on my own, or I've prayed for the wisdom to know what those dreams mean, what this is about. And on last Sunday, I went up to the altar call for prayer, which I think I told the story last week. But if this is your first episode, I'm gonna give y'all the what's it? I call it the roll down on the scroll down, something like that. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. So last week, you guys, I went up Sunday. Felt like God was telling me to bring my daughter to the service. Normally, I take her to Next Gen. And so this time I just decided to keep her with me during the service because I felt led to. Ended up working out that way because I had invited a friend of mine to the service, and they weren't able to show to that service. So my daughter had a seat. So she sat with me at the end of the service. I'm leaving. Normally I don't go to altar call, but somebody said altar call. I'm like, no, I'm good. Something in my spirit said, no, go back. And there was a woman I've been like, I don't know why, but she had been highlighted to me for the past couple Sundays. I see her actually being at the front of this thing, right? Like the stage. Yes, the stage. She's right there. So I'm like, oh, she's on the prayer team. I'm going to her. So I passed like 3 people to go to her because I had already been noticing her, right? Start praying with her. She starts praying for me. I tell her what I need prayer for, and that I'm believing for things that, I don't see. And it's hard to believe for things and consistently be believing and speaking things into existence when you don't see it. And so she prays for me. And then at the end of the prayer, I kind of share a little bit more. And she starts telling me things that she would not know unless God told her. Okay. So I'm like, okay, all right. I need your number. I need your number. I need to talk to you. I need, there's something that's telling me that we need to be connected. And it turns out she's exactly the type of coach that I need in this season. So it ended up being a divine connection for sure. And it was like a bunch of different things that have that in us being connected became. But as her and I started to get to know each other and talk and pray, or I was praying and she was praying, and just things that started to be revealed, things that she was saying that there was no way that there's no one knows these things. Like, it's like, okay, all right, I know God's speaking to you. So anyway, in that, there were some dreams she interpreted. That family, I had to kind of reorganize my little things of the numbers of the dreams that God had given me during this time. So I went to the date, I went to the time, and I started seeing that the time and the date was exactly the revelation. Like, it confirmed her revelation of the dreams that I thought I already knew. So I had misinterpreted some of the dreams, which I think in that time was intentional. But with that being said, she comes into my life and God allows a way for me to confirm what she's saying is true, because God always confirms his word. And y'all, as I was walking, I was just talking to God, talking to God. And a lot of, there's things that have happened in this time, these last, I think, 2 or 3 months of this journey with him, that I've really been in it. And I want to first start out by saying, a lot of y'all have seen a direction change in my content. And I know that for some people it's like, wow, what's going on with Sam? What's wrong with her? And y'all, I've just had an encounter with God in a way I've never had. Like, he's called me. And I feel like he's called me before, but I didn't pick up. I didn't pick up because there was a lot that was going on at the time, and I had not gotten to the place where I was okay with people not being okay with me. I had allowed my calling to fade away in the sounds of comments and opinions and things that I couldn't control if I wanted to. And I believe that God has called me back. And yes, do I seem somber and humble and all these different things? Yes, but that's not because something's broken. That's because something has been fixed. That, y'all, a lot of this is not me coming from a place of like, oh, I'm better than, I understand, y'all get with it. But no, I'm coming from a place of like, I've been corrected, and I know now. And I know that the way that I was living my life and the way that I was going about even my platform was not the way that God had called me to. Y'all, right before I even got on here, there's things that God has called me to no longer do, right? And some of those things, if I'm being honest, like, he called me when I started Lent. God told me to stop with peptides. Well, I didn't really want to do that because I like peptides, y'all. Anybody that watches my platform, peptides are these injectable protein chains. I've been taking them for years, and they are something that have been like a constant for me. And I feel like I look better with them, or whatever, in my head, like whatever. So God had called me off them, and I honored that. And I was looking at a video post of me, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, I'm seeing myself, and I'm seeing like, I feel in my mind, y'all, I'm looking at myself. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like I look more toned. I look like this, I look like that. And that might be in my head. That may not even be real. But the enemy has a funny way of, when you're trying to walk this walk and you're trying to hear God and you're trying to do the things he's calling you to do, he has a way of making it seem like you're missing out on something. And I know that some of you guys, because you've watched me and I seem somber and I seem humble and I seem like this, like, oh, something's wrong, something's broken. Oh, like I told you just now, something's been fixed. But in me allowing God to fix me, I've realized there's been crutches, things that I've held on to, security blankets, things that make me feel like I'm this or I'm that, or I feel like I look good enough, or I feel like I'm doing well, or I feel like these things that I've held on to that are just really superficial, really superficial. And with him coming down on me on those things, I just feel led to be honest about those things. I feel led to be honest about the fact that, yeah, there was a time where, I had an eating disorder, or I had these issues. And so, yeah, you could put up a post and I feel like I look more toned and I look more this. And I'm like, dang, God, I'm kind of itching to go backwards because I don't know if I look like that now. And that, like, I struggle. There's real hangups. There's real things that, guys, I deal with. I really deal with. And I don't want to come out here and make it seem like I've just got it all together and I've always had it all together. No, I've been deceived, family. That's why I'm so passionate. I've been deceived. I've been lied to. I've lied to myself. In fact, Just now, I probably was lying to myself, looking at a post, making it seem like I look so much more toned out, so much more this and so much more. Like, I'm probably lying to myself, even in that moment, making it seem like what I'm missing out on is better than the connection that I have with my creator. It's not. It's not. And as I've gone on this journey and I've talked to different people, I've realized that a lot of us are deceived. And because of that, the direction of my content has changed. It's become about, regardless of what people think about me, I'm going to uncover this deception. Some people, they know people are deceived and they don't want to say anything. I feel like God has given me a platform. I'm going to be responsible. So I was uncovering some of the mysteries of the past and looking at different dreams and different things that popped up at certain times, and just y'all, I mean, if you ask anybody that knows about this journey, they will tell you that it has been wild, the things that God has done. Y'all, I'm walking through the park yesterday and I see a goat. I don't even know what it means to see a goat in real, but you don't see goats in the middle of a daggone park. I mean, you just don't. I'm in Georgia or whatever, but you're not seeing goats. Yeah, I'm just seeing like just a wild, like unbelievable things happen in my life. I know that there's a God, and I know that the only way that I've been able to get to him at this point, y'all, is putting aside the deception. And that stuff had to be revealed to me. And so I was looking at some of the things, some of the, screenshots that I had, some of the timestamps that I woke up at. And I noticed how like God was like revealing things to me weeks before things happened. Like I actually have a friend who just started doing the same thing. And she's like, it is crazy how accurate this has been. Like, it is crazy how accurate the just when God wakes you up, it's not you waking you up in the middle of the night. When God wakes you up in the middle of the night and you just take down what day it is, what time, and you look up the time with the biblical meaning, you would be surprised how it actually aligns with different things that you end up facing, have faced. There's times where he's checking me in those times, whatever the case may be. But it's like, I know God woke me up at blah, blah, blah time. So I know this is God speaking to me, telling me blah, blah, blah. Like and because of what happens in real life, I'm like, okay, okay. That there's just the time thing is like one aspect of it, family, but God is just, he speaks through so many different ways. And I think that the way that we do religion, I think that the way that we do Christianity, I think all those things just take away from how real God is, how real I've experienced him, and how grateful I am that he didn't give up on me.